What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be discussing the box office for this weekend. And this weekend saw Terrifier 3 hitting theaters and Joker Folie à Deux dropping even further down. So let's start with the good, and that is Terrifier 3. This is a scary film, let's just say that. And it's like clown versus clown. It's Joker 2 and Terrifier with Art the Clown. And it posted an $18 million opening weekend, which was incredible because this film only cost $5 million to make. So Cineverse, the studio behind the film, is definitely very happy with this one. And I personally will not be seeing this film because, well, if you look at the Parents Guide, you'll understand. This is a film that is X-rated. So it's like beyond R-rated. Well, technically it's unrated, but we all know what that means. It means that the studio did not want this to be rated because they knew it would get an X rating, is what it means. And so, yeah, it's a pretty insane film. They're giving out vomit bags and stuff at theaters. Some theaters are giving out vomit bags because there's stories of people vomiting and passing out in the theater because of how incredibly gory and scary this film is. So, not going to see it, but it is doing incredible at the box office and bringing home a lot of money. But the same cannot be said for Joker Folie à Deux, or as I like to call it, Floppy à Deux, because this thing dropped incredibly high, and it's the record drop for DC characters. I believe it dropped about 81%, which is just absolutely unbelievable. The Marvels, which was an absolute bomb last year for Marvel, dropped 78% on its second weekend, which was absolutely historic, and this one dropped even further than that. It's on I believe it's on like the top 20 biggest drops in cinematic history, and so that's just insane. There's never been a drop over 90%. I don't believe. I think 89%, or maybe it did, maybe 90%. I don't know, is like the biggest drop of all time for any film. But all the films that dropped like 90%, 85% are all films that open to like $1 million. Ones that like open to 1 million and they get 100,000 the next weekend. They're not big films at all. They're not expected to make a lot of money. But Joker 2, which cost $200 million to make, and that made 38 million on its opening weekend, should absolutely not be having an 80+ drop. At all. It's just absolutely terrible. And I've already talked about why this film dropped. If you want to go see the previous box office weekend thing video where I discussed why Joker Floppy à Deux flopped so hard. And so, yeah, this is just terrible for DC. It's terrible for Warner Bros. It's terrible for Joker. It's terrible for Todd Phillips, who directed it. So yeah, let's head over to the top 10 this weekend. Obviously, Terrifier 3, number 1. Definitely more of a slow weekend because not many things are. I mean, it's obvious, right? It's fall. It's October, early October. Not really anything crazy. There should have been with Joker Folie à Deux. This should have been a big weekend, but unfortunately, it was not. So you have Terrifier 3 with $18.3 million, which is great. The Wild Robot took a 29% drop on its third weekend. It's now down to it made $13.4 million, and it's up to $83.7 million on its entire run. That's incredible for this film. It's a great film too. Go watch it. We have a review for it. It's amazing. And coming in at number 3 is Joker Floppy à Deux with $7 million, down 81%. This film was number 1, and it almost dropped to number 4 in its second weekend because next up is Beetlejuice, which is $5,000 behind it. When the actual numbers come out tomorrow, they're going to change a little bit, I guess, but it's definitely, there's a chance that this thing could drop down to 4th place, and that would be really bad. Like, I mean, words cannot describe how horrible this film is performing at the box office. Up next is, coming in at number 5, Piece by Piece, which is a Pharrell Williams Lego biopic, I guess, for Pharrell Williams, and it came in at $3.8 million. So, I mean, it's doing all right. Not incredible, but it's all right. Transformers 1 came in at $3.6 million, just down 32%, so that had a nice drop, but it's already so far gone at this point that it doesn't even matter. So that film is not doing great. Coming in at number 7, Saturday Night, $3.4 million on the weekend, up 1,000%, over 1,000% from last weekend, because last weekend it was in limited release, so it just got released into wide release, all the theaters. So that's why you're seeing that huge up in increase in revenue over the weekend. Next, coming in at number 8, My Hero Academia, the movie. You're next. Coming in at $3 million. It's an anime film based on the My Hero Academia anime. So, did well. Coming in at number 9 is The Nightmare Before Christmas re-release. Came in at $2.3 million. And so that did well. And then coming in at number 10, we have The Apprentice, which came in at $1.5 million. That one did horrible. As you can see, it had under $1,000 per theater average. If you see that number go under 1,000, it's definitely not doing very well whatsoever. So there you have it for the top 10 for this weekend. Let's talk about next weekend. We have Smile 2, a film that I'm actually very excited to see. I liked the first Smile. My dad did not, so we're going to go see it and review it and see what he thinks of it, see if it was better than the last one for him. But I actually really enjoyed the last one. It was very scary, and honestly, like, it really was, and eerie and creepy. So I can't wait to see that. But in terms of box office, I think I'm going to call this one at about, I'm going to say this thing's going to make $33.7 million for the weekend is where I can see this one opening. I believe the first Smile opened to 22 million, so I think this one will open higher than that, and I think it has built up a fan base to do that. So we'll see what happens. But if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment down below how high you think Smile can go, and why you thought Joker Floppy Ado bombed so hard at the box office. And I'll see you guys next time.